What is up? It's your boy John Ishreev. I have BB Promos that tell like it is. Welcome back to an episode of Coaching Up. Today, I'm coaching up Russel. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know who Russel is. I gotta get his stats because I'm gonna get his stats right now. Actually, Russel. Yo, Russ, why are you so swole? So I don't really know exactly. This is a completely like true actual stats because you'll see what I'm talking about. Russ is 5'6", 182. Right? That's how big he is. Now, if you guys have watched him before, he is a extremely, unbelievably talented, natural powerlifter. Like, everyone's been trying to debunk him, say he's not or not, whatever, and he is actually natural. So, we're not worried about that. We're just gonna compare the difference of a powerlifter and how they move, a professional, like legitimate powerlifter, to Isaiah Miranda, who's basically lifting with him. There's some things that I see that Isaiah's doing that he can optimize his training, but there's some things that Russ does that a lot of people try to copy that aren't doing it properly because they're missing a few things. So let's get started here. I just want to go over a few videos. So he's about to do 661 pounds. Now, I've done this before, but sumo, so I know exactly how hard this is. But if you watch how he's, look at this guy, 182, yikes. All right, so watch how he sets, boom, and up. And you can see it better from the side how he actually does this. Now, again, if you're watching him, you're trying to copy what he does, you can't because he's a proper powerlifter. Now watch how he sets his shoulders. Shoulders set, and you're like, oh, whoa, Johnny, wait. Look at his back. Ah, look at that. Okay, so just to kind of go over so you can see what he's doing from both angles. When a powerlifter is moving, there's a couple things we've always talked about, and I'm always reiterating keeping a nice flat back, right? Basically, that whole thing of she kind of be able to just do this type thing here and basically have this thing flat on her back. So deadlifting, we kind of look like this, and then on the way up, you know, it should kind of travel that way, and that back kind of stays flat, right? In terms of this, we're trying to have the best drive angle for a powerlifter, so things are gonna be a slight bit unorthodox. Is basically here, sets up to his deadlift, inside here. We have the same similar stature in terms of like our tibia, femur, and our torso length, and long arms. We're both football players, and that was a big advantage for us. But when we're pushing up, you see him automatically do, he's here and braced here and then pulls, right? But for his back, a bit is roll down here a bit because he's doing a hip drive technique. That is mainly the reason why this bar is going to come up fast, especially if you're lifting an F ton of weight. Again, we're walking to the bar, right? Setting ourselves down, protracting, so when we set those hips back, we can grab the bar, we're engaged. Before this bar is even coming up, I'm tightening here, right there, there's already weight. The second my butt goes off the ground, that bar has to come off the ground as well too. He's doing the same thing, but he's here and he's rolled a bit here. But the biggest thing that you're not understanding, what he's really engaging on, which you don't see, is this part here. As long as we're engaged in our core, as long as this is engaged the entire time, this can have a slight bend in terms of like a slight bit of flexion because that will help basically, and that's why people call it like almost like a pull more than a pressing movement. Because from here, I'm pulling those hips forward for speed and then on the way down. The problem is people see this and they disengage this because they don't see his core engaged underneath. They see his belt, they see him do this, and then his back is doing this. Now, if I don't engage my core, and I go on like this, like most people do, and their butts are like this, and they engage this, if you think about the two forces alone that are pushing together, if I'm engaging this, and I let this loose, my core loose, and my legs are forcefully pushing in the ground, I'm gonna compress the shit out of my lumbar spine. I just want you to watch a couple more reps from Russ. Boom, he's down, watch, set shoulders. You see that? Stays there the entire time. Look at his glutes, his legs, sets, everything stays. He's engaged, sets, boom. He's going, sets, boom. That core is engaged, you see is the breathing. Boom, you can see his breath. You can just see how the entire time he's retracting his scabs or protracting, engaging his core, and push through the even way he's breathing. Right? Hey guys, check it out. A lot of you guys are watching the video but not subscribed. Go so. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button as well because I'm putting out videos like almost every day. So don't miss out. Hit the notification button. And guys, hopefully by now you like the video. So if you do, hit the like button. Thanks. Like the show. So let's kind of go over to this where we got your boy Isaiah Miranda. So Isaiah is doing a set here. He's already too far from the way he's pushing. And don't do that. Do not drop the weight whatsoever. And I'll tell you why. We're gonna watch this again. Okay, so here we got again. We got about 330-ish more on the weight.
Oh! Nice! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give it to me.
Right, you see the first thing he does when he goes up, we just wanna look at a few things. From here right away, you can tell his shoulders aren't set at all, right? They're still leaning forward. That weight's sitting from the front. He's gotta really pull from his shoulders and his hips, more so than that hip drive come up, engaging the core and having a way sturdier, engaged torso with that good brace. He doesn't have that brace from there. What we're getting is this, and we have a chain reaction of it just pulling the entire way up. So watch it again.
Come on. Oh! Nice! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me.
A couple things we don't want to do when we deadlift is basically just drop the weight after. Reason why? Number one, if you're practicing to be an actual powerlifter, you don't, it's a disqualified rep if you drop the weight. So get used to loading it back to the ground. Two, which should be actually number one, is when you're basically picking up a ton of weight, like they're doing right there, lots of weight. And you're here at the top of your lift, right? And you think about it, if I'm lifting the weight up from here, right now, I'm 100% shorter than what it was before I picked this weight up. My entire spine, everything's being compressed, right? If I just let the weight go, and I'm not because I'm just not gonna do that. If I just let the weight go, what happens to my spine? It just goes, decompresses really quick, too quick, right? So you wanna avoid doing that. Now, let's just go over a couple things that you guys can do to optimize your deadlift, because I haven't done a deadlift video in a while. But for really good form, if you guys are actual powerlifters, I suggest you do watch Russel. He is a phenomenal lifter, good stuff there. Some things a little unorthodox in terms of training, but again, he's a powerlifting athlete, phenomenal athlete. So check him out. But for those of you who are just trying to build your body and you want to just add deadlifts in there, are they necessary to build a really nice physique? No, not at all. At all, actually. To go super heavy, not at all. But again, if you want to add in there and just have fun, which is completely fine, you want to kind of have a day where your ego gets a little challenged, go ahead and do them. But make sure we continue to keep our form there, because these are the kind of lifts that end up preventing you from making your goals because you end up just getting injured. A couple things to take into account when we're setting up. Number one, if you don't know, where your overall feet should be. Now, if you look at jumping in the air, if you just jump in the air, literally like this, and land, your feet pretty much land in a natural position where they are. It's because basically when you jump, a hinge is basically, when you jump, you're hinging to jump, right? Or squatting, but you're getting a lot of hip drive to come up, right? You're naturally gonna jump, your leg's gonna follow right through. No one does this. I don't know. Who does that? Ow. Do a little whatever, turn around, spin around in a circle or whatever, close your eyes, and just kind of jump. And then how you naturally land is where your feet will land. I've basically landed the exact same spot the entire time. Pretty weird, kind of scared. Number one, you want to walk up to the weight, right? Don't bring the weight to you, because if we go like this, and then we bring the weight to us, if we bring here, then again, we're trying to make sure we keep the bar pathway consistent, right? So we don't want to have the bar all the way up here, then pull this way. We're really not in place at that point. And then if we kind of let the bar sit there, then again, we're now at the top, we have to pull the weight to us. We want to just be over the weight from here, hinging our hips back, grabbing the bar from here, gripping your toes in the ground and your heels. I'm already pressing, if you can see me from the side, I'm already pressing my feet in the ground by pulling the bar a bit. And to get this bar from here, nice in place, I want to have my hands as close to my shins as possible. The further away I go, the further down my back has to go. So I want to keep this thing right close to my shins. Now from here, pushing the ground, I'm going to get my head up a bit, and then I'm going to externally rotate, or I'm going to press into here. So I basically want to be from here and pretend someone's tickling my armpit. So I'm here, tight core, pushing from the glutes, and as soon as my butt comes off the ground, that weight needs to come off the ground. But from here, tight, 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 tight core, then I'm breathing in, and then back down the same way, hips going back, right? That's how we want to do this. Now, we want to avoid coming into here and then doing this thing where you push your knees forward and this thing moves forward. We want to avoid that. We want minimal shin movement or knee flexion when we're doing a deadlift, unless your structure forces you to, like long fibula, long femur, and short torso. You're gonna get a lot of knee over toe. that's gonna happen. But we're trying our best not to have this happen when we're going down. Hips are going back, right? So from here, grab the bar, grip with the toes, get yourself over the bar. We don't wanna be too far behind the bar and sitting down. We don't want this. We wanna be over top of the bar. Pretend someone's taking my armpits. I am externally rotating a little bit for my hips. Let's turn my glutes right on. Chest up, tight core, deep breath in, and then push from the ground and head forward. A little tuck chin and back down the same way you can. Again, up. And then again. And that's how your deadlift should look. So until you can sustain a good brace, engaging your core, keeping your shoulders above your butt, and be able to keep good technique throughout the set, don't add any more weight until you can do it properly. And then if you wanna like dilly-dally into the world of powerlifting and do some more techniques, specific techniques for powerlifting, then do so. But don't just try and do those things now, because most of you guys watch this video are just trying to really just look good, right? Thanks. There's only 45 and a 10 on there, so. Anyways, I hope you guys have a little more clarity in deadlift, setting it up, having your approach, proper techniques, understand the difference between, powerlifting techniques and just, good deadlifting overall posture. Both are not bad or good. One specific to this sport, the other is just specific to having those people starting with good form, right? Make sense? Cool. Anyway, guys, hope you guys liked that video, guys. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. Become what the tell it is, transparent, vulnerable truth. Coaching, johnsheed.com, guys. If you want to get more about coaching, if you want to know more about my coaching, book yourself a 15 to 30-minute consult. At the end of the consult, I deduct it off any package that you pick. Also, guys, hit the description below for those discount codes and promo codes that help change your life or save your life for the better. Like Blue Star Nutraceutical, 10% off. Johnny 10 for 10% off. BlueStarNutraceutical.com. Go there now. 10% off. Now, 10%. Get it off. Nice. Awesome. Anyway, guys, add me on Instagram and TikTok, guys. Send me your progress pics, your training pics, and your video clips. And I'll repost it for you because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.